Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob of the Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we're doing a review impressions of the WE-XL, the Burple one that I have here. Let's take a look. Alright, today we're looking at the WE-XL. This is in Burple. This is a WE Knives exclusive. This is with a collaboration with Gavko Knives. You can see that right here. Sorry, I say Gavko Knives, excuse me. And a really neat collaboration. This is in the Burple, which I think is absolutely stunningly beautiful. I did put Skiffs in this, so you know it's going to be some fantastic action. Let's talk about this. First of all, the name is the Hyphen. This is the XL version. It's designed by Gavko Knives for WE. The manufacturer is WE Knives, and they do. This has the secret sauce. This is really fantastic. The designer obviously is Gavko. So Hyphen XL. Materials: titanium scale, mill titanium clip, beautifully done. Right hand tip up only. Beautiful textured diamond pattern, very beautiful. Gives you texture, but it's not rough and destruction in the pocket. Captive pivot, I love that. And when we look at the inside of this, we do have great weight relief, which is really done well. Steel bar over travel insert, which is fantastic. So it's a great lockup. We're a good 50%, I'm going to say. Wonderful clips, works in and out of the pocket really nicely. One standoff in the back, which is just fantastic. Love everything about it. Even the hardware is beautifully anodized as well. The cutaway, there is some access to it. It does have some beautiful texture on there. I think that's just a nice touch. Even that's anodized. I think that's great. Everything is rounded. There's no sharp spots anywhere, which I think is just an incredible attention to detail. Thumb studs on this guy with an incredible hollow grind. I'll call this definitely a I guess you could call this a harpoon blade shape. I mean, maybe a hyphen blade shape. It does have an incredible finger choil. You can really choke up. That hollow grind is fantastic. This is 20 CV, CPM 20 CV blade steel, which is a fantastic blade steel by WE. This is the satin blasted or satin belted finish blade. And I think I have some dust on there. So let's wipe that off because, yeah, I think I just gotten dust from sitting out here. Anyways, all right, so beautiful blade shape. I love everything about this thing. What do I have on there? Is that from stropping it? Got something on there. There we go. There we go. I don't know if that was, what that was for. Maybe I did a cut test or something. I don't know. But beautiful knife. I love this. Nice pokey tip, great for anything. The action on this is just stunning. Very controlled drop shut with those Skiff caged bearings in there. Just made this just even better than it was already. I mean, it was great already, but that just added to it. The 20 CV blade steel. I prefer not the dark wash because it gives you better chances of that 61, 62 HRC, right? Which is what you'd really hope for, at least 61. Lock type, it is a frame lock, but it's, you know, it's so far over there that really you can get by. It's not going to be in your way. You can use all this stuff, right? The clip, you can also leverage on that to do a reverse flick if you needed to. Thumb studs work beautifully. It does a little bonus flick. If you go here, well, let me try that again. You can do a little bonus flick, which I really like. And I think that, let's see if I thought I got it to work. Well, maybe not today, because it's kind of dry. Being that's kind of dry, I don't see if you can do it yet. Yeah, okay, you can do it. If it's not super dry, yeah, it works. It's just, when it's dry, your hands are a little slippery, you don't get as much traction. You just got to get in there and it does work. The bonus flick is really nice. Typically in Texas, it's humid, a little warmer, so I normally have no problems with it. But being it's cold and dry right now, it's a little more of a challenge. So yeah, beautifully dead nut centered, which I love. Everything about this knife is just outstanding. Just fit and finish, everything. Texture, action, feel, form, squeeze, everything about it just looks, it's a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing knife. I love all of that about it. So, closing, great access, like I said, you drop. Nice thing is, you're not gonna get a guillotine on your finger. You can catch it there, so it's nice, like, you know, a no-look kind of close. You don't have to worry about that. Even if you miss that, you're gonna still catch the finger choil, so you're not gonna have guillotine and fingernail, which I think is fantastic. I love that. All right, so let's do some weight measurements on this guy. Because some of you guys want to know, how does that compare to the XL? I don't have the hyphen. I don't have my hyphen anymore, but you can go look at my old review. We'll have some of this data. So this is a 4.1 ounce blade, which is not bad. You know, it's kind of what you expect, you know, for something like that. overall length on this is definitely going to be bigger than the original high fin. So let's see, what are we dealing with here? Are we at 8? Yeah, we're at 8 1/8 of an inch. 8 1/8 of an inch. So it's definitely over 8 inches. So it's a nice full-size knife. If you grab it right there, you've got about 4 1/4 of an inch, but with that whole finger choil, you've got 5 and almost 1/8 of an inch. It's huge. So if you've got large hands like myself, you know, with big beady fingers, extra large hands with big beady fingers, you go out here, all this right down here would work. I mean, there's just a lot of room. So this is definitely a big hand-friendly kind of knife. From the tip to the edge of the blade, it's 3 1/2 inches. Actual cutting length is just right at 3 inches, I'd say. Yeah, it's right at 3 inches. So 3 1/2 inches if you go from tip, right at 3 inches cutting length, which I think is fantastic. All right, so let's look at the blade stock thickness, because I don't think it's incredibly thick, but I don't think it's incredibly thin either. So let's take a look. 125 thousandths of an inch, which is not bad. I mean, it's not super thick, it's not super thin. And with that incredible hollow grind that you can see right there, you see that hollow grind? That's just gonna be a slicer. Beautiful, beautiful, oh yeah, beautiful slicer. I mean, you can definitely shave with this puppy right here. See, look at that. Just shave right off. It's crazy sharp. Love that, strops up beautifully. Fantastic little blade. All right, so what does this fall into? Is it a budget? No, it's definitely over $100. Is it a regular $100 to $300? Yes, actually it is, around $259. You might find it if you go to White Mountain Knives, use RNK10, you might get a discount on that. If you can find anywhere else, you know, sometimes they may be on sale. I don't know, but about $250, $259. That's about what I saw listing for the price, which I think is a fairly reasonable price for such a well-made knife. It's actually surprisingly a good price for everything you get. It's got the secret sauce. The action is just ridiculously great, and that Burple is just stunning. This is my favorite version. There's only one version that's even nicer. It's the all plain titanium with that Dama steel blade. Oh my gosh, that's just ridiculous. I love that one, but that's a little more expensive, right? If it was a little more within reach, I think I would go for it, but it's just really expensive. That would be definitely that would be in the higher end knife category. Purpose, EDC hard use collection piece. This could absolutely be a collection piece. Everything in my collection piece I do carry, you know, based on, you know, within reason, right? I'll carry a nice rail knife, but I'll always have a backup knife, a little fixie or a little slip joint. You know, I'm not going to be stuck where I have to use my grail knife for some major task, right? But I do like to carry them. I enjoy carrying them. This is definitely more of a hard use, I think. You can definitely do things with this. Now, frame lock, it is a frame lock. I think frame lock is going to be a little better. You can control that and have it nice locked in there, feel good, solid grip. It's not a fixed blade. It's not an axe. So if you're going to go chopping wood, you know, just realize it's not really intended for that. Use the right tool for the right job. But I think this is great for hard use, especially that beautiful thin hollow blade. Now, you're not going to be prying, doing crazy cuts with a super hollow grind like this. I mean, it's very thin, pokey tip. Definitely getting into dog food, cat food, fertilizer, mulch, cases of water, sand, dog food, sand, cat litter, cases of water, Amazon boxes, all that good stuff, right? You can do all of that, but just, you know, remember, it's not a super thick blade, so just, you know, think about what you're doing with it, right? Ergos and feel, handles. Handles are fantastic. This is just, I mean, this is what I think the hyphen should have been in the very first place. This is a great size. I'm sure the small one, I didn't hate it. I loved it. When I choked up, I had plenty of room with, you know, with the choke up. Here, I have plenty of room without the choke up. I can actually use the blade like this if I wanted to, more cut. I'm not forced to choke up. I can choke up, but I'm not forced to choke up, and I like that. I like that a lot. Action is just stunning. The thumb studs work really nicely, and I love the fact that there's a little bonus flick. So all that stuff is great. There's no lanyard hole, no lanyard priority. I mean, I guess could you tie something around there? I guess you could. I don't know, but I mean that's up to you. It's really no lanyard loop, right? Jimping is fantastic as far as, I mean, not jimping. Let's back up because there is no jimping up here. Just realize that, none. But the texture on the scales are fantastic. The open and close is fantastic. It's just very satisfying. Beautiful deployment, crisp, just nice. Yeah, it just works like you want it to. Overall feel, open and closing is stupendous. Absolutely stupendous. So fidget factor. Thumb studs work really great, left and right hand. And you have the bonus flick on a non super dry day. The bonus flick works just absolutely great. I'm going to give this a 3.5. I'll round it up to a 4, but it's a 3.5. So this is a 3.5 fidget factor, a fidget factor scale. So 3.5 out of 10. It's not super high because it doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff, but you know what it does it really, really well. So definitely a solid 3.5. Fidgety goodness, as far as that's concerned, I'm going to give it a 95. It's a solid A, solid A. You know, different maybe texture on the blade might be a little easier for that middle finger reverse flick. And that's, I mean, if you take that out, and I'll just give it like a 2.5 as far as fidgety goodness for just thumb studs, it would be 100. I think it would absolutely be 100 because the thumb studs are executed very, very, very well. I really like the thumb studs. They work fantastic. But if we're going to do the budget fidget factor, the extra fidget factor, I'm going to give it a 3.5. That's the extra fidget factor from 2.5, and then I'm going to give it a 95. It's still good, still outstanding. There's some things you could do, you know, a little extra texture, maybe a satin finish, something that would give you a little more grip, and then that would be perfect. But can't complain. I'm nitpicking here. I'm just nitpicking, but it's a fantastic knife. What can I say? Is it recommended? Overall thoughts? Yes, 100% recommended. This is, if you get a hold of this, get it. It's just a solid knife, beautiful knife, especially if you love the aesthetic. It is a unique design. You may or may not like it. You may love it. You may hate it. I don't know. If you love this, it is beautiful. It's fantastic in hand. One of those knives that I really enjoy, right? So let's do a little quick zoom in, kind of look at it and get some of the aesthetics. You see a beautiful hollow grind. I think it's really nice. Thumb studs work beautifully, and they're even anodized as well. This harpoon shape right here, nice swedge on top, definitely can, you know, navigate a cut in and out. And then you got this beautiful milling texture going on here on these scales. Just beautiful. Burple anodized, you know, captive pivot. I love that. Single pivot, one screw here. That's all you got. You look at inside, the milling and the weight relief is just ridiculous, right? I think that's fantastic. We look at back here. Here's the standoff, one single standoff. Again, here now we're looking at the clip over here. Nice milled clip, beautifully inset right there. Texture, anodization on all the hardware, I think it's beautiful. Even on the clip, it still has that beautiful anodization, but it's different. It stands out. You know, it pops a little bit. For being what could potentially be a boring clip, it matches, you know, shape-wise and everything. Love that it's round. Love this little pop-up. This is just so comfortable in hand when you do the squeeze test. No hot spot. I love that. Love, love, love that. All right, so the cutaway, you got a little access here. You can see that beautiful texture going on in there. Again, that weight relief is just fantastic. That's why it's only 4.1 ounces. I think that's really great. There's no sharp spots anywhere there. This finger choil works beautifully, even big meaty fingers, right? So now we have this beautiful blade on this side. Hardly any billboarding. You've got Gavko knives. That's about it. I mean, it could have probably been up here even smaller, but you know, it is what it is. Still minimalistic. I think realistically, I think you can see the 20 CV. Is it on this side? Yeah, oops, still a little dirty right there. I know this 20 CV is going to be right around here somewhere. Is it? I thought it was right here somewhere. Okay. I guess not. I know it's here, and I'm probably, oh, there it is. There it is right there. You see it? CPM 20 CV. And it's very minimalistic. You'd hardly ever see it. All right, so let's get our nice big, you know, our big thumbnail shot for the video. There you go. Love this knife. I think it's just really stunning. Gorgeous knife. All right, let's look at the back so you can see it with a nice clip. That hollow grind is just outstanding. Beautiful knife. All right, so this is the WE-XL. Definitely a cool knife. Definitely recommend it. I think it's just stunning. Great little knife. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting that like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the channel really helps me out, allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos, enjoys the content, is part of the community, who's on the live streams. I sure do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, hit that notification button also down below so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out to all my channel members out there. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. You do two amazing things for me. You encourage me when I need encouragement. I don't do this full time, I'm part time. So just the fact that you're there rooting for me, I feel like you're my workout buddies, and I appreciate that. It makes me feel like, you know, this stuff is of value to some people, so appreciate that. Secondly, because of your generosity of your memberships, you allow me to do things way sooner than I ever thought I could. You allow me to check out knives, to be able to cover costs for shipping, be able to do the weekly giveaways. I really appreciate you guys so much for that. I'm so grateful for that, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It does mean the world to me, and it really is significant in this channel. So I try to do two things for you. One, I do a once a month members exclusive giveaway. Every month I try to find something that's a little bit better than the budget banger. Like every week we do a budget banger giveaway for everybody, but once a month I do also for the members, something special just for you guys. The other thing is all brand new channel members, I'd love to send you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. Now, that can kind of apply to people who've been members all along or who were members and became members again. If you've never gotten a channel sticker, you've never asked for one, and you're currently actively a member right now, email me with your name and address. I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. If you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.